Greetings, friends. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining the live stream today. Unfortunately, our special guest had to reschedule, and that's okay. We move on and upwards. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining, sharing out, and all are welcome to join in this interaction one-on-one with Jack. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And if you'd like to join this interaction, just let me know, and we can get you scheduled to join us on a one-on-one live stream, because there are healers and light workers all over this magnificent planet. As we grow together, we get to expand not only our human awareness, our multidimensional awareness. And this is so key in these developments of who we are and what we are creating with this new earth template, which resides in every single one of you, in the live stream, in the replay, and everything all together. And I just want to say thank you for showing up and joining in this special moment that we all get to co-create together and be a part of this magnificence. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just taking a moment and sharing out and inviting. And I just want to say to every single one of you that you are magnificent and so special in your own way. The joys of being conscious bliss. So all of us in this magnificent journey have our own developments in the awareness or unaware. And that is a pattern that we have all been able to create within our own. Some are still processing or programmed into that service to self, and others are programmed in to know and be the attention and awareness of service to all. In this development of who we are in these now moments, it's really truly up to each of us to decide whether or not we want to be to the service of all and the one self in service to others, or if we want to choose to serve ourselves. And in those paradox or in those octaves, what tends to happen is people get fixated on certain patterns or logistics within their own makeup. And this is a construct within every single individual or collective field within all of humanity. Each of us have such a vital role that we play in awakening and connecting to the universal consciousness that we are. This is so important. The reason being is because when you are tuned to that natural connection of who you are, that allows the infrastructure to deconstruct and reconstruct your innate intelligence for you to be able to connect to the synaptics within your heart space or within your mind. Either one, all is well. Most are operating through the mind. And when you're operating through an awareness of the mind, as in thoughts create reality, what's happening is those thoughts have patterns, and those patterns have their own patterns. And in these patterns, what happens is when you're not taking the time to analyze, and not in a way of a human structuring analyze, I mean in the multidimensional existence that we are. Every single one of us have a certain pattern that we connect to within our heart space or connect to within our awareness. And each of these connections are part of the whole of who we are. And when we are connecting this into the facets of our human awareness or multidimensional awareness, it becomes more deeper in the knowing and the wholeness in the constructs of who you are. And in simple terms, are you choosing to be kind and loving towards others, or are you choosing to be angry and in a despondence or a disruption or a separation of who you are? Because all of us are connected in one within this field. And in this oneness, we become the one and the anchoring point as the bioholographic universe of God source energy. In this God source energy becomes the direct consciousness of who we are. And within this, we connect back to each other. And when we connect back to each other, you see that the oneness, or the hands in the picture in the globe, is all a connection with who we are. And every single one of us has this deeper connection with the one that we are. And that one is source, God, Buddha, Christ, consciousness, all of it. It all comes back to the wholeness of who we are. And when we understand, hello, Lean, how you doing? When we understand this, then we understand that we are a focal point in the whole of the social memory complex, or in the whole of who we are. And that focal point is you. And what you're doing today is so magnificent and it's so wonderful. Whatever it is that you want to conceive or to co-create with others, you have this ability as well. Every single one of us are a creator or a creatrix in this holographic universe. Most of us are stuck still in the matrix of seeing that there's something separate, and that's the illusion. When we move past the illusion and understand that you are this source energy, and everything and all things is this conscious connection between you and you. There is nothing separate. There's nothing that is going to take you from your meridian point that is outside of yourself. That is the illusion. When you understand that everything starts within you, everything, the language of the heart, living through the connection of source energy, being conscious and blissful with who you are, and remembering who you are. Because when you remember who you are, that is when the miraculous moments happen. And then you get to see the team, so to say, or you get to see the masters, and you are the master. That is the greatest gift we can give all of humanity. Because as we embody this masterhood, this light mastership of who we are and connect to the oneness that we are, it comes back to the wholeness that we together are the ones co-creating to be able to create this centerfold of this conscious energy that has been you all along. And when you understand that no matter what's happening, and regardless if people show up or not, that the show does go on. And when the show goes on, you understand that every single person or directional force that is connected within this oneness, all is well. And everything is perfect as it is. Because what happens is you become that anchoring point of God's source energy. And when you understand that it's already you and it's always been you, you'll get to know your innermost self and tune to that true nature and be that conscious connection that you are. And that is the gift that we give each other. Because we're not only recovering the truth and remembering who we are, we're recovering everything that we've always been in any reality. Because we've been so stuck in this social memory complex or this sort of deeper programming that this source is outside of you. The source is within you. It's always been within you. You know what the funnest part is? You get to be you. Good afternoon, Michelle. How you doing? You don't have to hide anything. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. You being that version of you is perfect. Perfect. So if you're having a hard time trying to emotionally accept something, or spiritually, or mentally, or physically, financially, any of these things, those are not limitations. Those are things within yourself that you have decided that you believe to the core of yourself that that is your truth. And let's be frank or honest, that not every truth that you have been taught growing up is really truth. We have been handheld lies after lies after lies after lies, and we don't even know it because we've been so conditioned to believe that that lie is truth. Meanwhile, the truth is truth, and whatever is happening in the fields of who we are, the greatest thing is, yes, absolutely, the opportunities that we get to tune to who we are. It's because when we tune to this energy every moment, in every coalition or coalescence with who we are, what happens is it becomes a natural force of who we are. It becomes like larger opportunity, the conscious connection. And we are the greatest gifts for humanity, each of us that stand on this leading edge of co-creation together, hand in hand, energetically, vibrationally, cosmically, every single one of us. Yeah, possibilities, Pam, I love it. And these possibility is you coming here right now, because it was just a potential that you would remember who you are. And it was a potential that it was maybe a possibility that you would have all of these opportunities if you decided that you want to be in this oneness, all of it. And in this oneness comes a larger part of who you are. It's not some finite version that you see in the mirror. It is the infinite version that you see through the eyes or the soul or the heart of who you are. And your opportunities and possibilities could be a prayer or an asking of the human collective. Each of us has such a magnificent part that we play in the assets and the greatest connection to these source energies. Oh, and here I start crying because I get so excited. I've been having a couple of days of happy tears. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. And it's just so beautiful because I see your light. I see your light shining so bright. It's like a million suns just shining at one moment. And this is a reflection of who you are and who you've always been. And just because we all have different abilities and agilities, that is the difference that makes us all so special and unique and so mesmerizing, because every single one of us, as we stand here, as these radiant lights of God's source energy, anything that is no longer welcome here will no longer be welcome here. And that's where I'm learning is the greatest. See, I just have so many happy tears because we don't have to do this alone. We never have to, ever. And it's such an appreciation that all of you guys get to experience this together, because when we experience it together, that's how Source is able to understand that we are these conscious connections of God's source energy. And I just keep crying because I'm so happy. So happy. If anyone's got any questions, feel free to drop it in. I know the last few weeks, everybody had a few different things, and I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you for showing up and sharing your light as you are and remembering who you are. Because in that remembrance, what tends to happen is you become that larger point of source energy and you become more consciously connected to all that you are. And when you understand that you are such a beautiful, radiant light, and there's nothing wrong with you, you've just been conditioned to believe that there's something wrong with you. You've been conditioned to believe that what you're going through is not real, or you've been conditioned to believe that something is outside of yourself. And that's not the case at all. It never has been. We've been conditioned to believe it this way. And all of these things that we've been fed from all points, every focal point. Because in our multidimensionality, it speaks in words, in symbols, in vibration, in frequencies, in a universal connection with you and all of that you are. And all of these become more of an anchoring point to your energetic connection. And in this energetic connection, in simple terms, means when you allow yourself to connect within your meridian points, within your focal points of your God source energy, more is always revealed, whether you're open to it or if you're not open to it. Because in your dream state, that is when more is revealed if you're not willing to listen or to tune into that. And when you're willing to tune and listen to that, it comes in those conscious connection with the two-way prayer or in a meditation, because you are more open to receive this conscious connection of you and your source. And then within this source field becomes the deepest, most beautiful, gorgeous, deeper understanding of you and you every time, every single moment of every time. And the greatest gift I personally find in this experience is when I tune to that natural frequency. It's a celebration mode, because we get to celebrate all that we are. And it's not just a point in direction where it's celebrating one point. It's celebrating the whole of it. As I celebrate you, you celebrate me. As I share, you share. And it creates this equilibrium and a synaptics or a conscious connection to the bridge of who you are. And with these conscious connections, more is revealed. And every time more is revealed, we have personally, through the own inner experience, is my heart opens so big. And it's like this accelerated light force within who and all that I am. And in this extension of all that I am, what's happening is the larger parts are able to present themselves and be here with you every single week, every Saturday, 3 p.m., either on Facebook or YouTube or both. And then within those conscious connections becomes a larger part of the universal parts of who we are. And in these universal parts, there's not just myself on the Oneness team. There's many of us. And I can't wait to have all of us join you live and share through our own experiences, because each of us have our own experience. What one has gone through, the other may not. They may experience at a different facet or a different octave. And in those octaves, what happens is you start to understand the connection between your source and the source you've always been. And that source you've always been is ever evolving. The embodiment of sovereignty and that God source energy is always evolving. Because we didn't come here to play small. We didn't come here to comply with these laws that are of the holographic, the matrix. We came here as the universal laws to work within the bioholographic universe. There's a big difference there. And because we've been conditioned to believe that this here and now is all there is, what happens is we become so attached to the finite version of who we are that we don't even conceptualize, let alone imagine or believe that there's something larger at play or something larger that is helping you co-create and coalesce all of this together, every single part of it. And guess what? You are the orchestration and the instrument that makes it all happen. And because of you stepping out of your comfort zone, so to say, or moving past the illusion and the fear, brings it back to you and all that you are. And you get to remember all that you are. It is not something that is surface. It's not. Because if we were just doing surface stuff here, we wouldn't be here, would we? Because this was only a potentiality. And then with that potentiality, what happens is we become that anchoring point of who we naturally are designed to be. And what is that, you say? Well, that's you and that true version, that innermost version of who you are. You can have a name for it, you can have an energy for it, you can have a vibration for it, you can have a frequency for it. Either way, that is you. That has always been you. And in those conscious connections, what's happening is we are tuning to a deeper, most part of ourselves, because within this wholeness and within the field that we are, we become that larger focal point as the co-creator or co-creatrix of all life, the creatrix that has birthed us and will continue to birth every new project, or the new creator that will birth the new sovereign light that is within you. Doesn't matter if it's male or female. What comes back to is you connecting with you. Oh, I'm so grateful to share this all with you, because I could go on about this for hours and hours. And it's so fun, because what's happening is we're exploring those deeper parts of who we are, and we're exploring those conscious connections that we've always been. And we're remembering our true nature. Why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to tune to this? What do you have to lose? The old identity of self that you've been so attached to for lifetimes upon lifetimes? What is that doing for you? Is it helping you? Is it really helping you? Is it assisting you for you to tune to those largest parts of who you are? We understand that this may seem a little out there, or some may understand it in their own concept. Where we're going with this is, whatever your dreams, whatever your admirations, whatever limitless potentials or opportunities or possibilities or even potentialities, what is that for you? What do you want to connect to within this living embodiment of source energy? Where is it that you want to allow yourself to expand beyond the human conceptual understanding of source? Because that is you. That's you. And it's always been you. And this source connection that has always been you, the only thing it's asking for is for you to call it forth, to invoke it, to ask for the assistance, to ask for that invocation, to be of assistance. Because the way this makeup is, those that are here for the highest and greatest good of your potential, your omnipotency, your omnidirectional, only can help if you are willing to ask for it, or if you're willing to go to any lengths to assist yourself to get to that opportunity. And when you do, it's endless, it's limitless. It is such a beautiful opportunity to be able to create and grow and expand in all that we are. And every single one of us have this opportunity. It is not based on one particular or a couple particular. All of us are connected in this oneness. Every single one of us have an opportunity to grow and expand in this oneness. Now, as we grow and expand in this oneness, there's always more that is revealed to every single one of us. And when we understand that there's always an everlasting change taking place every moment, in every now moment, what's happening is we're calibrating to our conscious larger parts of who we are. And I just want to say thank you all for joining today. I know this is a bit of a short live stream, and you guys are all amazing for being you, shining, suiting up, and being a part of this oneness, being a part of this ever-growing collective that we are. Every single one of us plays such a vital role in all of it. And no matter what's happening outside of the globe, we need to really stand up for what is the truth. And the truth being is this here, Gaia is the most magnificent radiant light she's ever been. And the gift is that we are all tuned to it. And every single one of us have this opportunity to be this, to radiate and to embody this conscious connection we have always been. We will always be this conscious connection. It's just never going to leave us. It has always been here. this light, this radiance, this beauty, this gorgeousness, this handsomeness, wherever you're tuning from. Just know that whatever you're going through, you do not ever have to do it alone. We do it together. And because of all of you, we're able to help. We're able to help celebrate and expand the human consciousness of who we are. And if you want to learn more about the team or Oneness Project Light, check out www.onenessprojectlight.com. You'll see the whole team there. Also, to go check out book 2 and book 1. Book 2 is just released not too long ago. And it's a book that speaks through your head because you are this conscious connection in all of the oneness. And I just want to say thank you so much to every single one of you for joining, for celebrating, for connecting to who you are. And we celebrate you for tuning and being a part of this oneness that we are. And you're all amazing and absolutely fantastic. Blessings.